I'm Nick Mills, Head of Training and Support here at Landmark Geodata, the UK's leading provider of geospatial data to the environmental and land and property sectors. In this series, we'll be speaking to people in the industry about the role data plays in their business and what trends they see emerging. Today, I'm speaking with Paul Marshall from our consultancy team about the latest in the planning world. So Paul, welcome to today's session. And firstly, what's driving planning in the UK right now?
Well, largely big national policy reform. The government is rewriting the National Planning Policy Framework, the NPPF, and consulting on these major changes, which include new rules for viability, site thresholds, data centres and on-site energy generation. These reforms are intended to speed up decisions and increase consistency. And then there's the Planning and Infrastructure Act, which is now in force. And this legislation is pushing faster housing and infrastructure delivery. It's also expanding strategic planning and giving councils new fee powers and bringing forward environmental levies. All of this is combined with acute land supply shortages and the return to binding housing targets for all councils. There's also a pressure to streamline these processes and use digital tools to reduce consultation delays, simplify routes to consent and increase planning department performance.
Now, you mentioned the NPPF there. What impact is that having on the developer market?
I think firstly there's more national control from it, which gives national policies greater weight over conflicting local ones. So developers can reduce their uncertainty in areas with restrictive or outdated local plans. It also gives easier route to consent with a default yes for developments, for example, near railway stations and on certain grey belt and brownfield sites, which opens up more deliverable land in sustainable and well-connected locations. It's also streamlined some of the new biodiversity net gain rules for smaller schemes that has meant the cost and compliance burden has been reduced that brings. So overall, an updated NPPF makes the system more rules-based, more predictable and aims to be more supportive of housing delivery, which can reduce risk and open up new opportunities for developers.
How can Landmark help increase the visibility of planning in a particular area?
So Landmark sits on a wealth of data that can help anyone with land and property due diligence, where we harmonise, we indemnify and we license data in the formats that people require it at the point they need it. With planning specifically, we get a daily feed of planning applications coming into us across the whole of the country that feed back into a database going back to 1997. So this historical database can be used for precedent checks, for applications that have gone through, that are pending, and ones that have been rejected in certain areas. But we can also take a forward view as well. So we can map your assets, we can take your criteria of preferred applications, and we can notify you as and when certain applications come near or affect your assets or an area you're looking at. And for those using GIS, you can access the planning data via an API, so you can call it off at your will. And if you want to have a look at any of these or trial any of these, please contact us on the contact details at the end of this video.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today and speaking to us around this particular subject. And if you'd like to explore how geospatial and planning data can help your business, you can find us on LinkedIn at Landmark Geodata. You can also visit our website, www.landmark.co.uk, or drop us an email at 90seconds@landmark.co.uk.